Hello, everyone. This is Michelle, and I would like to share some insight in doing market research for your SCG. So, do you believe that you might have a great idea to make a difference in the realization of your SCG? Well, that's great. So, are you sure that this idea doesn't exist already, or that someone else tried it and it failed? To know if this is the case, market research is key. So in order for all of us to not reinvent the wheel, market research is important. We have to know what's already out there, what worked and why did it work or why did it not work. So to learn from what's already existing and to work further from that onwards. So what is now the purpose of doing market research? When you will complete your market research, you can answer some of the following questions. You have understanding and are aware of the previous and existing interventions in your SCG field. You will be aware of the issues and challenges that have hindered projects in your SCG field. You will be aware of examples of successes and or best practices from related SCG projects. And you will have insights and lessons learned from other projects which already existed. And lastly, you hopefully will know how to differentiate your action plan from the existing projects related to your SCG. So as you see, market research can be very important to make a successful action plan in Merit 360. There are some steps you can take in order to conduct market research. I will first show the steps to you and then I will explain them in more detail. So first of all, we are going to make a horizontal scanning activity. When we did a scanning activity, we will go into the data mining activity to collect all the data. When we will have all the data, it's of course important to organize them to have a good overview of what we now found. And then, of course, we're going to analyze it, how we can use it. So it is a scanning activity, getting all the data, organizing it, and using it. So what is horizontal scanning? It's about identifying all the organizations and bodies working in your SCG field. In order to do this, it's very important to use diverse keywords. All keywords related to your topic. So think about the mind map we also made for the general SCG research. I want to give another example regarding SCG 14, Life Below Water. So when you're going to see what kind of organizations already existing and working on life below water, you cannot only find all of them when you look on the keywords life below water. You will have to use different words such as clean beaches, ocean, water, sea, coral reefs, sea life, fish, and water pollution, and many more, of course. So using these different keywords and finding all the organizations and bodies already existing working on your SCG is key. So when we did all this research, we found a lot of organizations which are working on our SCG field. But then we want to know more information. So the data mining activity is to go into depth about those organizations already existing. You can make a matrix or a template to use in order to organize the data a bit. And you can answer questions about the organizations like the following questions. So where does this organization actually operate? What do they do? And what are now specific projects they are running related to your SCG? And lastly, what are now the outcomes of the former projects? Think about successes, failures, and challenges they faced. So all this information is very useful for you to know in order to use it for your own action plan. So when you have gathered all this data, it's important to organize the findings in different categories to get a good overview of what you already know. You can think about categories such as putting all the projects which are running now and being successful together, categorize the projects which are running now but are facing challenges or are failed. Categorizing the former successful projects, so which already finished, and categorizing former failing projects. So organizing these data is useful. And then the most important part is, of course, to use this. So how are we going to use this data? When you're going to analyze it, it's about, first of all, the lessons you can learn from this. So you will know now what's worked and what didn't work and why. And this is what you can use in developing your action plan. And lastly, it's about really analyzing these findings and see, is there something undiscovered yet? Is there something we can build upon further? And that's what you're going to use in your action plan IDs. So therefore, market research is key, and it works to work from there to develop your action plan IDs. So use what's out there, don't reinvent the wheel, and enjoy your market research. Thank you.